General George Washington, February 22, 1732 to December 14, 1799. He was Commander-in-Chief of the Army from 1775 to 1783 and was present at 10 battles during the war. There were 5 British victories, 4 American victories, and 1 that was inconclusive. The American victories were the battles of Harlem Heights on September 16, 1776, Trenton on December 26, 1776, Princeton on January 3, 1777, and Yorktown on September 28 to October 19, 1781. His defeats were at the battles of Long Island on August 27, 1776, White Plains on October 28, 1776, Fort Washington on November 16, 1776, Brandywine on September 11, 1777, and Germantown on October 4, 1777. The inconclusive battle was at Monmouth on June 28, 1778. Major General Horatio Gates, July 26, 1727 to April 10, 1806. He was an English-born general of the Continental Army during the war, 1775 to 1783. Initially viewed as a hero for his stunning victory at the battles of Saratoga, September 19 and October 7, 1777. Gates' reputation was later tarnished by both his involvement in the Conway Cabal to replace Washington as Army commander, and his catastrophic defeat at the Battle of Camden, August 16, 1780. Colonel Daniel Morgan, July 6, 1736 to July 6, 1802. He was present at the Siege of Boston, April 19, 1775, where he commanded riflemen to support the siege. The invasion of Canada, December 31, 1775, where he participated in the assault on Quebec and was captured by the British and was exchanged in January 1777, the battles of Saratoga, September 19 and October 7, 1777, where he had a key role in both Freeman's Farm and Bemis Heights, which helped turn the tide of the battle. Morgan and his riflemen were part of Sullivan's expedition in 1779 into the southern Tier and Finger Lakes regions of New York. Morgan left active service for a year, then joined the Southern Army with Nathaniel Greene and was at the Battle of Cowpens, January 17, 1781, where he commanded American forces to a decisive victory. The 1st Maryland Regiment, also known as Smallwood's Regiment, participated in several key battles during the American Revolutionary War. The regiment is particularly remembered for its valiant efforts at the Battle of Long Island, where the Maryland 400 made repeated charges against British forces, allowing the Continental Army to retreat successfully. The regiment was present at 12 battles during the war. 6 were American victories with 5 defeats and 1 draw. Victories: Harlem Heights, September 16, 1776. Trenton, December 26, 1776. Princeton, January 3, 1777. Germantown, October 4, 1777. Cowpens, January 17, 1781. Siege of Yorktown, October 19, 1781. Defeats: Long Island, August 27, 1776. White Plains, October 28, 1776. Brandywine, September 11, 1777. Camden, August 16, 1780. Guilford Courthouse, March 15, 1781. Draw: Monmouth, June 28, 1778. Virginia Militia. The Virginia Militia Regiment fought in several key battles during the Revolutionary War. They also participated in numerous skirmishes and smaller engagements throughout the war, contributing to the overall efforts of the Continental Army. Their involvement was crucial in various campaigns, particularly in the southern theater of the war. At least one of the regiments participated in 9 battles, in which 4 were American victories, 4 were defeats and 1 was a draw. Victories: Great Bridge, December 9, 1775. Moores Creek Bridge, February 27, 1776. Trenton, December 26, 1776. Princeton, January 3, 1777. Defeats: Charleston, May 12, 1780. Brandywine, September 11, 1777. Germantown, October 4, 1777. Charleston, May 12, 1780. Draw: Monmouth, June 28, 1778. Morgan's Rifles. Morgan's Rifles, also known as Morgan's Sharpshooters, fought in several key battles during the American Revolutionary War. They were America's original scout snipers. These frontier sharpshooters redefined warfare in their era, employing precision, stealth, and tactical brilliance to strike fear into British officers and secure victories that laid the foundation for the United States. Morgan's riflemen carried rifles, specifically the Pennsylvania or Kentucky long rifles, which were far superior to the standard smoothbore muskets used by both British and Continental forces. Victories: Saratoga, October 7, 1777. Cowpens, January 17, 1781. Defeats: Quebec, December 31, 1775. 3rd New Jersey Regiment. The 3rd New Jersey Regiment, also known as the Jersey Greys, participated in several significant battles during the American Revolutionary War. The regiment was active from 1776 until its disbandment in 1781. They fought in 9 battles, in which 3 were American victories, 6 were defeats and 1 was a draw. Victories: Trenton, December 26, 1776. Newtown, Sullivan Expedition, August 29, 1779. Springfield, June 23, 1780. Defeats: Valcour Island on Lake Champlain, October 11, 1776. Long Island, August 26 to 27, 1776. Fort Washington, November 16, 1776. Fort Lee, November 20, 1776. Brandywine, September 11, 1777. Germantown, October 4, 1777. Draw: Monmouth, June 28, 1778. New York Militia. The New York Militia regiments fought in several key battles during the Revolutionary War. They also participated in various skirmishes and campaigns throughout the war, contributing significantly to the American effort for independence. They fought in 9 battles, in which 3 were American victories, 6 were defeats and 1 was a draw. Victories: Lexington and Concord, April 19, 1775. Trenton, December 26, 1776. Princeton, January 3, 1777. Saratoga, October 7, 1777. Siege of Yorktown, September 28, 1781. Defeats: Bunker Hill, June 17, 1775. Quebec, December 31, 1775. Long Island, August 27, 1776. White Plains, October 28, 1776. Draw: Monmouth, June 28, 1778. American Artillery. American artillery during the Revolutionary War included three main types: cannons, mortars, and howitzers. These artillery pieces played a crucial role in battles, with cannons used for direct fire and mortars for high-angle fire against fortifications. Regiment de Gatinois. In 1779 the Gatineau regiment embarked in the fleet of Count d'Estaing and from September 15 to October 20. The regiment was involved in the siege of Savannah, where they participated in an attack on British positions. During the siege of Yorktown, they played a crucial role in capturing British redoubts, contributing to the eventual American victory. After the victory, George Washington, to express his admiration, offered, in his name, to the Gatineaux and Royal DuPonts, the three cannons which they had captured from the redoubts. The regiment was recognized for its gallant service, leading to its renaming as the Royal Auvergne in 1782. Victories: Siege of Yorktown, October 14, 1781. Defeats: Siege of Savannah, September 15 to October 20, 1779. Attack on British entrenchments, October 9, 1779. French artillery. The French artillery during the American Revolutionary War primarily included the Gribeauval system, which featured lighter and more uniform cannons that significantly improved mobility and effectiveness. Notable artillery pieces included the 4-pounder, 8-pounder, and 12-pounder cannons, which contributed to the success of the Continental Army. Lieutenant Sir William Howe, July 26, 1727, April 10, 1806. William Howe served as the Commander-in-Chief of the British Army in North America from 1775 to 1778. He led British forces in several significant battles against General George Washington's Continental Army. Despite winning multiple engagements, Howe ultimately failed to quell the American rebellion. He resigned his command before the start of British operations in 1778. He fought in 6 battles, all British victories save one. The victories were at the battles of Bunker Hill, June 17, 1775, Long Island, August 27, 1776, White Plains, October 28, 1776, Brandywine, September 11, 1777, and Germantown, October 4, 1777. The Battle of Monmouth, June 28, 1778, was indecisive. Lieutenant General Charles Cornwallis, December 31, 1738 to October 5, 1805. Cornwallis was a prominent British general during the American Revolutionary War. He led British forces in several key battles, particularly in the Southern Campaign. His defeat at Yorktown marked a significant turning point, leading to the end of major hostilities in the war. He was present at 6 battles, 4 British victories and 2 defeats. The victories were the battles of Lexington and Concord, April 19, 1775, Bunker Hill, June 17, 1775, Camden, August 16, 1780, and Guilford Courthouse, March 15, 1781. The defeats were the Battle of Cowpens, January 17, 1781, and the Siege of Yorktown, September 28 to October 19, 1781, where he was defeated by both American and French forces. Colonel Bonestret Tarleton, August 21, 1754 to January 15, 1833. He fought in several key battles during the American Revolutionary War. He led a unit known as Tarleton's Legion, which was involved in various engagements throughout the Southern campaign. His aggressive tactics and leadership were notable, but his reputation suffered due to the brutality of some of his actions, particularly at the Battle of Waxhaws. He was present at 10 battles in which 8 were British victories and 2 defeats. The battles that were victories were the Siege of Charleston, March 29 to May 12, 1780, the battles of Waxhaws, May 29, 1780, Camden, August 16, 1780, Monk's Corner, April 14, 1780, Fishing Creek, August 18, 1780, Guilford Courthouse, March 15, 1781, Lenox Ferry, May 6, 1780, and Cowan's Ford, February 1, 1781. The defeats were the Battle of Cowpens, January 17, 1781, and Blackstock's Farm, November 20, 1780. 47th Grenadier Regiment. The 47th Grenadier Regiment, part of the British Army, participated in several key battles during the American Revolutionary War. They also took part in various skirmishes and campaigns throughout the war, adapting to changing tactics and conditions in North America. The 47th Grenadier Regiment was known for its professionalism and adaptability, contributing to the British military efforts during the conflict. They were sent into captivity after the surrender at Saratoga. 2 companies escaped and went with Captain Henry Byrd in his campaign in Kentucky in 1780. Victories: Bunker/Breeds Hill, June 17, 1775. Quebec, December 31, 1775. Trois-Rivières, June 8, 1776. Siege of Fort Ticonderoga, July 2 to 6, 1777. Diamond Island, September 24, 1777. Martin's and Ruddle Stations, June 22 to 26, 1780. Defeats: Lexington and Concord, April 19, 1775. Saratoga, October 7, 1777. Forty-fourth Regiment of Foot. In the February 1775 the companies of the 44th were to rendezvous with the 22nd, 40th and 45th in Cork, bound for New York and departing on May 17. The 4 regiments arrived in New York City in June and were sent to Boston, arriving in early July as the Continental Army made their pushes through Cambridge and Roxburgh. In March 1776, were given orders to abandon the city, and the force pulled north to Nova Scotia. They were brought back to the colonies landing in Staten Island on July 3, 1776. The 44th departed New York for the last time on May 15, 1780, and found itself in Quebec as the war approached its final months. Victories: Brooklyn Heights, August 27, 1776. Ridgefield, April 27, 1777. Brandywine, September 11, 1777. Raid on Martha's Vineyard, September 10, 1778 to September 15, 1778. Defeats: Germantown, October 4, 1777. Draw: Monmouth, June 28, 1778. The King's American Regiment. The King's American Regiment, a loyalist unit during the American Revolutionary War, participated in several key battles and campaigns. The King's American Regiment was raised on Staten Island in the province of New York in December 1776. Their involvement helped the British maintain control in certain regions, but ultimately, the American victory was achieved despite their efforts, as the colonies successfully gained independence. The regiment was active from 1776 until the end of the war in 1783, participating in various military actions that shaped the conflict. The regiment was brought into the American establishment, on March 7, 1781, and renamed the 4th American Regiment of Foot. The regiment later joined the British Regular Army, on December 25, 1782, possibly as the 110th Regiment of Foot, and was disbanded in British Canada in 1783. Operations. Attacks on Fort Clinton and Fort Montgomery, October 6, 1777, British campaign in the Hudson Valley. Siege of Charleston, March 29 to May 12, 1780. The Southern Campaign 1780 to 1781. The Siege of Charleston in 1780. The raids on Newport and Richmond, Virginia in 1781. The campaigns in province of Georgia and East Florida in 1781, Iroquois Warband. The Iroquois Confederacy, primarily consisting of the Mohawk, Oneida, Onondaga, Cayuga, and Seneca tribes, played a significant role during the American Revolutionary War. Their involvement included various battles and skirmishes, often aligned with British forces against American colonists. The Iroquois sought to expand their territory and maintain their influence in the region. They were often supported by British forces, which provided them with arms and resources. The conflict led to significant disruptions in Iroquois society and alliances, particularly as they faced American forces. The war ended the Confederation where the Mohawk, Onondaga, Cayuga, and Seneca sided with the British and the Oneida and Tuscaroras sided with the Americans. Later in the Revolution, American forces sent by George Washington invaded Iroquois territory in upstate New York and torched their crops and villages. After the Revolution, the U.S. government forcefully took much of the Iroquois land. Victories. The Cedars, May 1776. Oriskany, August 6, 1777. Wyoming, July 3, 1778. Cherry Valley, June 1778. Minisink, July 22, 1779. Martins and Ruddle Stations, June 22 to 26, 1780. Blue Licks, August 19, 1782. Defeats. Fort Stanwix, August 1777. Kaskaskia, July 4, 1778. Newtown, August 29, 1779. British Artillery. During the Revolutionary War, British artillery included field guns, which were lightweight and mobile, and heavy siege guns with limited mobility. These cannons were crucial in battles like Yorktown, where the British had around 244 artillery pieces, primarily lightweight field cannon. Friedrich, Baron von Riedesel, June 3, 1738 to January 6, 1800. Friedrich Adolf Riedesel was a German baron and lieutenant general in the British Army, commanding Hessian troops during the American Revolutionary War. Riedesel advocated for humane treatment of American prisoners, earning respect from both sides of the conflict. He and his troops were captured at the Battle of Saratoga in 1777, becoming part of the Convention Army held as prisoners of war. During his captivity, Riedesel wrote detailed diaries and letters, providing valuable historical insights into the war and its conditions. His wife, Baroness Friederike von Riedesel, accompanied him during the campaign, and her writings also offer a unique perspective on the war. He is remembered for his bravery in battle and his dedication to his country. According to Charlotte's Diary and local lore, the Riedsels introduced the custom of an illuminated Christmas tree in North America while in Sorel in 1781. He was present at the end of the invasion of Canada, December 31, 1775, at the Battle of Hobbiton, July 7, 1777, which was prior to the Battle of Saratoga. Royal Grenadier Regiment. The regiment was primarily composed of German troops from Hesse-Kassel. Colonel Johann Rall commanded the regiment until his death at the Battle of Trenton. After landing on Staten Island in August 1776, The regiment participated in the Battle of Long Island and then the Battle of White Plains, Chatterton Hill, October 28, 1776, before distinguishing itself at the assault on Fort Washington on November 16, 1776, where it led the attack columns and received specific praise from British Commander Howe. The regiment then moved into winter quarters at Trenton, New Jersey, as part of the brigade Colonel Rall himself commanded, which also included Fusilier regiments von Lossberg and von Knyphausen. Washington's Continental Army crossed the Delaware River and struck Trenton at dawn, overwhelming the Hessian garrison in street fighting that ended with the capture of most of the brigade. Victories: White Plains, October 28, 1776. Fort Washington, November 16, 1776. Defeats: Trenton, December 26, 1776. Princeton, January 3, 1777. Regiment von Lossberg. The regiment arrived at Sandy Hook in October 1776 as part of the 2nd Division and was quickly committed to the Battle of White Plains, where the Hessian Brigade under Lossberg assaulted Chatterton's Hill in what became one of the most noted Hessian actions of the New York campaign. It subsequently participated in the assault on Fort Washington in November 1776. Quartered at Trenton, New Jersey, as part of Colonel Rall's brigade, the regiment was surprised by Washington's crossing of the Delaware on the night of 25 to 26 December 1776 and was captured at the Battle of Trenton along with the rest of the brigade. Reorganized elements of the regiment went on to serve in the Philadelphia campaign, fighting at the Battle of Brandywine in September 1777. Some men captured at Trenton chose not to return to British service. A number took oaths of allegiance to American states and remained in North America after the war. Victories: White Plains, October 28, 1776. Fort Washington, November 16, 1776. Brandywine, September 11, 1777. Defeats: Trenton, December 26, 1776. Draw: Rhode Island, August 29, 1778. Hessian artillery. Hessian artillery during the American Revolutionary War included 3-pound field guns and was known for its discipline and effectiveness in battles such as Trenton and White Plains. These artillery units played a significant role in supporting British forces, although they were often viewed with resentment by American colonists.